As many of you know, railways have all kinds of action. From yard jobs to priority freights, they are busy 24/7, and CP is of course no exception. But railways often have another type of train, local freights. Locals are small trains that carry small amounts of freight from place to place. Locals typically terminate in the same place that they originate, given a day or two to perform switching of cars in between. They often have the lowest priority of all trains, so they get to stop in sidings and wait for mainline freights to pass. This can eat up a crew's 12-hour work period quite fast, so locals on busy lines often run during mornings, evenings, and nights. Locals can also be referred to as way freights, turns, and switchers. They can be unit loads or mixed empties. No law and order as to what they have to carry. It all depends on the route they take and their work for that day. Take this train for example. Seen at Brickburn, this is local C35 returning east to Calgary off the CP Lagan subdivision. This morning, C35 is powered by two rebuilds, an SD30C Eco number 5006 and a GP20C Eco number 2315. C35 picks up and drops off cars in a small yard in Eggshaw, Alberta. It originates out of Calgary's Alyth yard, then stops in Eggshaw for switching cars around, and then returns to Alyth the next day, likely with different cars. C35 is all loaded cars today. It is made up of 2-bay cement hoppers, scrap gondolas, and 17,600-gallon tank cars. Nice. Locals here in Alberta are identified by the letters A and C at the front of their train symbols. For example, this is CP A30, a local out of Red Deer that descends the CP's Brechter and Lacombe subdivisions. Here it is seen with an SD30C Eco and GP38-2 on point, heading east over the Highway 21 overpass in Nevis, Alberta. A30 is an as-required train, running only as the railway needs it to. It used to be a daily except Saturday train. A30 is usually a grain train, as its destination from Red Deer is Stettler at the grain elevator. He can be any size, this one is on the longer side. Our next local is C55, southbound at Balzac, Alberta, on the Red Deer subdivision. A pair of vintage SD40-2s are on point, some good old classic 80s power. C55 is a local that works between Red Deer and Alyth, but can spend days without moving back to a yard if it is performing track maintenance or running as the crossfield switcher. It came through Balzac at around 1 in the afternoon after dodging other traffic on the Red Deer sub all morning. He was taking a mixed freight from Red Deer to Alyth, complete with ballast hoppers and gondolas closer to the back. Locals don't always have to have trains behind them. They can be just a locomotive consist on their way home. This is called running light. That is the case for C-55 seen at Airdrie South on a different day. It was heading north back to Red Deer, and RTC had him lined for the main with a high green. This also goes to show that locals don't always have to be pulled by road switchers, although a small freight train pulled by big GEs is a little overpowered, hence the common use of road switchers for local freights. Here is C-46, running east out of Ogden on the Brooks subdivision. Led by two GP20C Ecos, C-46 is hauling this small mixed train destined for Carsland, Alberta. C-46 is often called the Carsland Switcher, as it runs to and from Carsland to deliver grain cars at the grain elevator and manifest for the warehouse next door. Today, C-46 had these flat cars with fresh telephone poles going somewhere. You don't see that all too often. That is why I like locals. Their trains are quite unpredictable and usually pose a treat for rail fans. Our last local comes off the CP Alderside sub in Calgary, Alberta. A15 is returning home with the GP38-2 and a pair of SD40-2s in early December. Tonight, A15 is a northbound maintenance of way mixed train. That's all I have for locals on Canadian Pacific. I hope you learned something in the video that will help you with your own rail fanning experiences. Always remember to respect the railway and the equipment on it. If nothing else, I hope I inspired you to go out and see some CP local freights for yourself. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a like. If you have any questions or comments on anything in the video, post them in the comments section below. Shoutouts go to Alberta Railfan and Western Canadian Railfan, who are with me for a few of the trains in this video. Until next time, take care train fans, and I'll see you soon.